And boom, we're live. I am joined here with Scotty. How do you pronounce your last name?
Well, my last name is Haennelt, but I go by Scotty Ryan.
Ryan.
The internet.
So so Scotty Ryan, I came across you. I think it was the movie TikTok. You're a popular TikToker, cinematographer. I checked out your Instagram, and you have really cool videos. Like they're cool helicopter shots and even one wheels, all of that stuff. So they're really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I came across those maybe a year ago, and I was like, dude, those are so legit.
A year ago?
Yeah, the one wheels. Yeah, I hadn't seen them before. That was like the first time.
Oh, gotcha. Yes. Oh, I love my one wheel. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah. So your TikTok I came across. It was probably a month ago. Whenever I reached out to you, and I think it was the movies one where you jumped up reverse out of the bed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. That one was hilarious. Sure. And then I kind of went through your page, and there was a World War II one, which was hilarious too.
I actually did delete that one. I'm never sure on their whole like content policy on, if they're going to remove your account over some touchy topic.
Yeah. That makes sense. But yeah, it was just so funny. So then I reached out to you, and now we're here. And so one thing, when did you get introduced to TikTok?
So I feel like just like most everyone downloads it as a joke. Like everyone. I don't know a single person who hasn't downloaded that app as a joke. And I was among the many that did. And my friend and I at the time were like, oh, it'd be hilarious if we have a competition who can get the most likes on TikTok in say a month. So we started the competition, and we went one day, and he uploaded like a video of him doing something dumb, and I was like, oh, I gotta compete. So the next day I went to work, and I was in like a control booth. I operate cameras and stuff, and I was trying to think of something I could do, and I realized I could turn this camera really far away around like towards me, and I was like, oh, it'd be hilarious if I like zoom the camera in on myself and I filmed the screen. So I did, just as a thing. My boss was next to me. He was like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing, filming a funny video. I didn't want to say TikTok. It was embarrassing. so then I go home that night, and I upload it, and I wake up the next day and it has like 17,000 views. And I'm like, well, I did it. I won. But then it was I was kind of at that point where like you refresh it and it gets like 1,000 views every time you refresh it, and it just went all the way up to 1 million that day. And I just felt so bad because like it took one day and I immediately just like destroyed him. But so that was kind of my introduction. My first video went viral, which was like that. I got so lucky. I really did. Most first videos get, like only 100 or so views, and then you have to keep going for a month. But no, I got hit like right off the bat, and I got like 10,000 followers like the next day.
That's crazy, man. That's really crazy.
Yeah.
Was it I checked one of your other TikToks. Was your friend Joe that you were competing with that was on Judge Judy?
No, Joe was on Judge Judy, but it's my friend DeAndre who accompanies me in the most popular videos on my account, which is me jumping off a couch.
Yeah, those are crazy, man. Was it weird? Was it a weird feeling to like see the million? Was it weird?
Dude, like it doesn't even make any sense to me because like you can't visualize those numbers really. I mean, you can't like 1 million people, much less 11 million people. Like that's so many. I guess. I mean, I don't really think of it as like fame or like people get that all the time, but it's such an odd concept to have like, oh, 1 million people have seen your video.
Yeah, it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Did
you do you have a page that has a lot of views?
Not on TikTok. No, I usually just upload my podcast, and I try and take snippets out of there, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. But I recently went to Disney World, and I took a whole bunch of video, and people love those stormtroopers. So I took a bunch of video of the stormtroopers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But gotcha. Yeah, so the ones jumping from your couch, do you split those videos? Those are really crazy videos. Do you split the bottom? Or
They're 100% real. I hurt myself. No, I'm kidding. Yes, no, they are fake.
Yeah.
I have chosen the path of not revealing that they
Oh,
are fake, just because there is this hilarious like thing between all the people who comment, battling between if it's real or not, and it's so funny because to anyone who doesn't know it, my most popular TikTok, I got 11 million views. It was a complete like test. It was a test video. My friend and I were like, well, okay, what if we go like on the couch and then we jump off of it onto a mattress, and then in the video later we cut out the mattress and it looks like we're about to land on the floor. Oh no, they're about to hurt themselves. Super simple. So it blew up. And everyone thinks we're like going to the hospital because we jump on the couch. It looks like we're gonna land on our back or on our head. And everyone was like, oh, how'd you do it? Or part two or whatever. I just didn't say anything because you get people in the comments being like, oh, I know how I did this. They used a mattress and then they cut it out. And someone's like, well, how did they cut out? They don't have enough time to move it in. And the person's like, no, like they removed it from the video. And they're like, well, I know, but like, how did it? And it's just, no one gets what the other guy's saying. And it has like 10,000 comments of people just arguing over how we did it. So I guess that worked.
yeah, that is crazy. It was so crazy to see. Yeah, and it was really, really funny too. And another really funny one is just it was the friend gets back with an ex, and it uses the Office voice.
Oh, you liked that one?
Yeah,
Wow,
it was
that one
hilarious,
didn't do
man.
too well.
No, it was hilarious because it was just like quick cut throughs, and it was like, no. It was so funny.
I need to do more of those, even if they don't really like blow up too much.
Right.
Because that one's on the lower end, at least for my account.
Yeah. So do your friends still TikTok, or do they given up? Because
No, my friend DeAndre, he does still have a TikTok. Actually, he just hit like 2,000 followers.
oh shit.
He got his first. I think he got 50,000 on a video. So he's getting up there. He's getting up there.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. And so you do cinematography too, and
Yes.
you do a lot of drone work, I saw. So those are really crazy to me. Drones.
Yeah. So there's lots of fun drone stuff. It's such a new industry that like there's so much you can. There's so like all you have to do is take one unique view on drone footage, and all of a sudden you got this like great content. Yeah, drones were a big thing, all before like TikTok or funny videos. I didn't used to make videos for the internet ever. But I did a lot of drone work, just like DJI stuff. And recently I've been getting into like FPV, which is like first person view drones. You strap a GoPro to like I don't have it here, but like you strap a GoPro to like it's a freestyle quad, so you can fly like up and down and around, and you get all these like fast moving, like super cool shots. I'm trying to get that to work because like it's just super great content. You should search it sometime, like FPV drone footage. It's really cool.
I've seen them. So they have it's almost like they're so quick. It's like racing drones. Is it the same drones that they used to race? Yeah. So I've seen that, and it's almost disorienting because they go through pipes and they go over stuff, and it's like you're just almost flying, like, and it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
And they do barrel rolls and all kinds of stuff. And it was one of the coolest videos. Like it's crazy shots.
Because in recent years, like the newer GoPros have come out, which are significantly higher quality than the first GoPro I had, which was a GoPro 1. And also advancements in stabilization software. So like within the last, I'd say couple years, there's been like stabilization software that's been released coupled with these GoPros that allow you to get these, really smooth shots. You can fly through a canyon and it just looks like a track for the camera. It's so cool. And it's like, if you can fly it and if you go to a place that looks good, it's like you can get these unbelievable shots. I've seen a lot on TikTok actually that like blow up because people are like, how did you get a camera into a canyon?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because they're so small and so agile, and you just get through, and it's really cool. It's really cool shots. Like I can't remember whose video I saw, but he was just like, He was going through, I think, an industrial plant, and he was just flying through it, and it was just so crazy, man. So I just got back from Disney World, and so if you've been, have you ever been?
Disney World, like as in Florida?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so at Epcot, they have like this crazy fireworks show, but they just discontinued it. And right in the interim, they have just it's not that good, but it's still fireworks. But the next one that's going to open in like the next year, they're going to use drones and like drone technology through it. So like
for the lights?
Yeah, alongside with like projections and fireworks and drones. And I was like, oh, dude, that's going to be so dope.
That's so cool.
Right?
That sounds very slightly dangerous, but I'm all in.
Oh, dude, Disney's safe, man. It's family friendly.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Wow, that's so cool. I didn't know that was like a thing that they could do at this point.
I know. Yeah. So I don't know how they're going to do it, what they're going to do, but it sounded crazy because it was a crazy fireworks show. Like it ruined 4th of July for me anywhere else on the planet because it was so good.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was good.
I've never seen like crazy. I mean, I've been to Disneyland and they have some really cool fireworks, but it's always been like, you're the other side of LA and you're like, oh, it's Disney fireworks in the background.
I didn't realize. So I went to Disneyland maybe a couple years ago, and I didn't realize it's in Anaheim, which is it's like Asian culture. Like the bus stops have like Asian architecture. Have you ever seen?
Yeah,
it?
It's sort of mixed in a weird way. You kind of have to be like prepared to interact with either of those two. It's weird how it switches up.
Yeah, I never would have guessed because I don't know. I just think I thought it was right by LA kind of.
Yeah, I think it's more because this has such an influx of Asian tourists.
Yeah,
that they just want to accommodate to those people.
Yeah, but so yeah, are you watching any movies right now? Are you checking anything out? What's like the most recent thing?
Right, this is the American Movie Podcast, is it?
Yeah.
Not?
Yeah.
So I did just watch 1917, which I loved. So cool. I assume you've seen it.
No, I haven't seen 1917.
You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Did you see Parasite?
No, so my sister was watching it on the plane maybe a couple days ago, and she loved it. And I was like, I'll just buy it and I'll watch it on my way home, but I fell asleep.
I haven't seen Parasite yet, but I really want to. No, 1917 blew me away because, I heard it was nominated, or it got Best Picture at the Grammys, I think. And I went with friends to watch it, and like, just the entire movie's one shot, like essentially. And I think that's just the like the amount of skill and effort it must take to plan out so that just the entire movie happening, because it all takes place in overnight kind of. And I was thinking about it. It's like, okay, you have to get all the crew together, and then all the weather has to be the same as it is in because the movie's one shot, but it has hidden cuts, obviously. So say that they have a hidden cut planned, and the next shot's coming. Well, the next shot, because they filmed at dusk, has to be a new day because it got darker. It can't get darker. It has to be a new day. It has to be the same weather. They have to nail it first take, or else it gets too dark. Everyone has to be in line. It's like it's this insane like work of art, just because there's so many people involved.
Yeah, on Instagram, there's some behind the scenes. Like a lot of people capture the behind the scenes of a singular shots, and they do show those hidden splices and cuts sometimes. So yeah, it's really fascinating to see that stuff, and just, I mean, the intricacies and man, just the workload that it would probably be to not only coordinate it in the field, but in the editing room too.
Yeah, no, for sure. It sounds scary. Honestly, I'm scared.
Yeah. Did you see?
What about you? You watch anything recently?
So I watched Joker, which was it was awesome, and then did you see that?
I did see Joker once. I saw it once. I really liked it.
Yeah,
thought it was great.
I was with somebody when I went to Star Wars, and you mentioned you saw it once, and it was probably 2 weeks late when I saw Star Wars, and the person I was with, I mentioned, hey, there's a guy in front of us. He has like this Yoda vest. And I was like, man, he's like really late to this showing, like with this Yoda vest. And she's like, no, this is not the first time he's seen this movie. Yeah,
Oh,
and I was like, I didn't even think of that. This is probably his 19th time seeing this movie.
oh my gosh. So, what did you think about the new Star Wars?
I liked it. I thought it was entertaining, but a lot of people were mad about the continuity of the whole storyline and everything like that. I thought it was still fun.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. Granted, it hasn't like I haven't been thinking about it a lot since I actually saw it really recently, like super late. Uh, it wasn't too like thought provoking, I'd say, but it definitely pleased me. I
Yeah.
thought it was cool. Some plot holes,
Oh,
but
for
like
sure.
I liked it.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. It
Yeah.
was fun. But yeah, and is there any so you do cinematography a lot. Is there any directors that you admire or anything like that, or do you just like do you when you watch a movie, do you watch it for or when you rewatch them maybe like for cuts or maybe inspiration?
Um, you know, Surprisingly for the amount that I'm into cinematography, I'm not a big movie fan. Like I don't watch movies all the time, and I don't know why that is, but I just don't seem to be, like older movies or anything like that. I'm just not drawn to. Um, but I'm always a big fan of any movie that Hans Zimmer composes.
Oh,
Always
dude. He's so
always for
legit.
that.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, chills. Chills, man. He's so good. He's so talented. So do you do a lot of extreme sports, or you said you in when I was messaging back and forth with you, you had hurt your foot, and I was wondering what did that have to do with anything, or if you don't, I don't know if you want to disclose, or I don't know.
Disclose that. How did you? I
Yeah.
can't talk to anyone about how I broke my foot. No, one wheeling. I was
One
one wheeling.
wheeling. Oh man,
Yeah,
danger.
I know, and it screwed up a shoot for me, which was so frustrating. I mean, I got stilts in the background there, but is that they're called? What are they called? But why does it sound wrong?
Stilts? Yeah.
Yeah, not stilts. Is that what it's called? Why does it sound so weird?
They make
Anyway.
you taller?
Um, no, like for walking, not on your foot.
Oh, those are crutches, bro.
Crutches. Oh my god, why did I get that confused? Not stilts. You can't do that when you've broken foot. I'm on crutches now. Basically, I was one wheeling down a trail, and I've one wheel a lot. I think I've done like around 5,000 miles on my one wheel, which is so much time. But I was going down a trail and it just tipped over on a rock, and I kind of just dragged the side of my ankle across the ground for about 5 or 10 feet,
Oh.
and I was out in the middle of nowhere. Can I curse?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah.
But fuck nowhere. No, I was nowhere. Like I had no service. I was with my friend luckily, but he was on a bike. And we were 2 miles out on a trail, and I didn't break it. I fractured it, but it felt like a break. It really did.
Right.
We were 2 miles out away from the car, and I had to just endure the pain back to the car because I couldn't get a car out there. We didn't have service, and like he couldn't carry mine because then I couldn't walk. It would have taken so long. So I had to one wheel all the way back to the car, and it was absolutely horrendous. But I'm okay now. I'm just sitting inside.
Yeah.
a lot.
Oh man, sorry about that. That's horrible. That sucks.
Yeah, it's no fun.
Yeah. So since you've been kept up inside, are you watching anything? Or do you watch Netflix or do you Hulu or?
I do. What did I just watch? I just watched Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Really?
Yeah, surprisingly. No, I watched other stuff, but I did watch that. That showed up, and I was very, very bored, so I watched it sort of as a nostalgia thing. Did you ever watch?
So no, I did not. I know what it is, but no, I did not watch it. I probably seen clips.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's an awful movie.
I'm not surprised.
But it's lots of nostalgia, so that's fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. I watched a Black Mirror episode, which I like Black Mirror. Do you like?
Oh my god. Yeah, dude, it's amazing.
Yeah, I watched USS Callister, which was a great episode. I like their series. I'm very like specific about my TV shows. I cannot stand low budget TV shows, and by low budget I mean like even the Netflix series Lost in Space feels almost it's just not there.
Yeah.
Something about it is just subpar, and I don't know what like makes me feel so uncomfortable when watching that. But only shows like The Mandalorian really intrigue me.
Yeah.
Those hype me up so much.
Yeah. So I love the Mandalorian and the child or Baby Yoda. It's everywhere. I was like, dude, it's so popular. Who would have thought? Like,
I know. It's crazy. He's totally everywhere.
I know. I got a shirt, and then the person I was with got the shirt, and I was just like, dude, it's taking control of my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But back to
Yoda.
But yeah, dude, it's insane how there's just a craze with Baby Yoda. Like there's memorabilia everywhere, man.
They knew exactly what they were doing when they included. They knew.
Yeah.
They knew.
Yeah, a 9-inch tall, big-eyed alien.
They just wanted to sell toys.
Yes.
They knew it. They just, yeah.
But I love Black Mirrors. There's a crazy episode that's all black and white. It's, I think, Metalhead. It's insane.
Metalhead is so good. I loved Metalhead. Some people don't like it because it's so like brutal, but that's what I loved about it, honestly.
Yeah, it was insane. It was one of the craziest Black Mirrors I'd ever seen. It was just, I don't know where or why they decided to make it black and white, but just that made it like so incredible. It was insane. I don't know who thought of making it black and white, but it's just like it enhanced it.
Have you seen the like Boston Dynamics, like the dogs that the robot dogs they use?
Yes,
and
Spots.
Everyone like would always compare that to that to Metalhead episode.
It's one of the scariest things in the world. And then so they made another one. They made a person that did like backflips and then navigated over like box jumps, and it like jumped like catty corner box jumps all over, and it was insane. And then after it dismounted, did one more backflip.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then Elon Musk, he commented on that video, and he's like, soon they're going to need a strobe light in order to see this thing do those moves. And I was like, why you got to make me nervous?
Elon, what are you doing, man? You're making me really scared.
Right? Yeah, it freaks me out. But so yeah, wow. When you make TikToks, like, do you come in with any sort of music or any sort of idea, or you wing it, or you kind of go back and forth with your friends?
Well, see, the whole TikTok thing has really been only a 2-month endeavor at this point. I don't feel like a TikToker by any means. I really don't have that many followers compared to a lot of people. I'm sort of at that bump, sort of at like around 60 to 70,000 followers. That is really kind of hard to get over. Once you get past that, then you can kind of get into the couple 100,000 range. But so I'm sort of working on getting over that right now. But in terms of coming up with them, I'm very music oriented because I come from like cinematography. I always want to start with like a track. So I usually just go scroll through my sounds, and because I'm not that great of a dancer, and I can't do anything like I'm not hilarious. I'm not too funny. So I end up doing just weird editing, like physical comedy, like tricks. So I just think of like, I heard the Michael Scott, no, God, please no. I'm like, all right, well, it'd be funny if I just face plant on the floor a couple times and I edit it together, because most people on TikTok, like the real appeal of it is most people on TikTok don't have access to like Premiere Pro, and like they can't edit their clips. But if they think that I did it natively in TikTok, they'll be really impressed.
Right.
So I do stuff that isn't too intense, not like Zach King crazy shit going on, like just enough where they think, how did he do that in TikTok? That's crazy. And it's sort of that little line that those amount of people who are just dumb enough to believe that that I'm a god of TikTok editing, and then the other people who know I did it in Premiere. But things like the bed TikTok that I did, where I just come in reverse up, that one takes like 10 seconds to film, and it gets like 3 million views. And then I film one that takes me 4 hours to edit, and it gets 10,000 views. Yeah, I don't get it.
No, doesn't make any sense. Is Zach King the guy that kind of bleeds shots in together and kind of creates illusions? Is that the guy?
Yeah, so he has the most viewed TikTok ever. Not the most liked, but the most viewed.
Oh my god,
It has 2.1 billion views.
it's insane.
What? And it's it's just an editing trick. I don't, maybe you've seen it. If you've been on TikTok, you have to.
Yep.
He comes around on like a broomstick, and it looks like he's flying, and he pulls up next to the camera, and he's like, "Oh, it's a mirror in front of my longboard," and they're like, "Oh, what? Oh, I see." And people just watch it again and again and again. And I guess that made it get 2.1 billion views.
That's insane. So a billion views is totally different than a million. So like I put it in how I've heard it that makes more sense. It still doesn't really make that much sense, but like days. So in seconds. So a million seconds is 12 days, and then a billion seconds is 32 years.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that's the difference between a million and a billion.
Let's see. TikTok allows me to see how much of people's life I have wasted.
No.
So I can, yeah, I know. So I can go on to my analytics. If I just go on right here, go to my content, and then I can scroll down to my 11 million video. That shows that I have wasted. Oh, it's not showing me. The last time I checked, I think it was 35,000 hours watched.
Oh my god.
Which is a lot, but if I do like 35,000 divided by 24, 1,500 days. That's just 4 years. People spent I wasted 4 years of human consciousness. I don't know, watching me jump off the couch.
That's a great way to think about it, man. But oh my god.
Yeah. What have I done?
Yep. Hey man, it was dope. It was totally worth it.
Thanks. So why me over like I don't know, someone else? Was it because of the cinematography on the Instagram, that sort of combination?
Yeah, so I checked you out, and you're editing too. So I like editing, and they were really fun, and they were interwoven with music and clips that I liked from either The Office and stuff like that, and it was just fun. And the first one that I came across was you leaping reverse style when your friends ask you to go to the movies. So I was like, oh, okay, boom, that caught my attention real quick. And then I jumped in, watched some more of your stuff, went to Instagram, saw you were a cinematographer.
Gotcha, cool. Well, yeah, thanks for inviting me. This is awesome.
Yeah. No.
Funny thing about that, the backwards bed jumping video, someone tagged me in a TikTok, and they were saying that it was a video of my TikTok on someone's phone, and it was, like, hopefully he'll notice me. And I was like, okay, like, whatever, I'll comment. But then I realized after viewing it a couple times that like the image that they were zooming into was printed. So it was a printed out image of my TikTok on someone's phone. I was like, wait, hold on, what is this? I commented, and I was like, wait, can you explain to me what this is? Apparently, somewhere in Norway, I believe it was Norway, some Norway newspaper did an article on TikTok, and I guess my video was the one that just happened to be on the For You page when they took the picture for like TikTok. So I'm in some Norwegian newspaper or magazine, which is weird.
Yeah, that is really weird. The fact that you noticed it was printed, like you could have just looked at it and went on with your life too, but then you were like, all right, well, let's see, why is this on paper right now? Yeah.
No,
that's insane.
I didn't think that I'd be in a magazine when I made that. That's for sure.
I find it interesting that so TikTok went through two mediums, got onto a piece of paper, and then it was in a Norwegian newspaper, but also like TV using Instagram content on and leads over it. I've never heard it jump into like a newspaper though.
Can you rewind like 10 seconds? I just lost connection. I missed all that.
So like when it jumps, so when like social media jumps back through mediums. So like when someone uses like a social media post into like a television program, like news or whatever, I just find that interesting. I've never heard it jump into like a newspaper though, especially TikTok, because TikTok I feel like is very fringe and young, and newspapers are for old people.
Yeah. That is definitely odd. That means, probably a bunch of old people saw me. They're like, who's this dumb kid?
Yeah, and they're like,
off bed?
They have no idea what TikTok is. Even if you
Yeah.
explained it, they wouldn't.
Yeah. TikTok. It's weird.
Yeah, it's very interesting because it's like I found it through Gary Vaynerchuk. He was talking about TikTok. Is that
Yeah.
you know him?
Yeah. I just watched his. Actually, last night I listened to the whole Joe Rogan Gary V podcast.
Yeah,
It's an interesting couple of dudes, that's for sure. Their minds are crazy, but they're super fun to listen to.
yeah. Gary knows his shit when it comes to like digital marketing and everything like that. Man, he's so good. I'm a fan. If you can't tell.
Yeah, no, man, for sure. I guess I've been trying to apply that to my TikToks just because I get like I'm sort of a perfectionist when it comes to posting things, and want to make sure it's like perfect and right. But every time I've uploaded a video, I've been trying to been like, all right, just put it out there, like whatever, people will like it, and it does work. It's being a perfectionist is stupid and annoying. I've been trying to block it out of my mind as much as possible because I never get anything out. I never make anything.
Right.
You know.
It's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a blessing and a curse. Have you ever heard the quote, perfect is the enemy of good?
Maybe.
Yeah. So it's basically your lesson of just like, hey, it's good and it's good. Just put it out and people enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, don't let it limit
Especially
you.
if it consists of me looking like I'm breaking my back.
Yeah, and one of my other favorite ones, and it was just you two. It was you and your friend dancing, and you're like, I don't know why we posted this, but we just posted it. It was so funny, man.
I've almost deleted that like 7 times.
Oh no, dude, it was funny, man. It was funny, and with your entire page put on, it's good just because it's like it's just a random one that's also fun. It's a good one.
Yeah, I never know if I should, because those never blow up. They just never do. It's always the ones that are like relatable to as many people as possible. Don't have spoken word in them. I actually don't talk in any of my TikToks. People have never heard my voice. And just like are catchy or interesting to look at. And whenever I upload those, they just don't do well. But maybe I'll do more because you're saying you like them so much.
Well, appreciate it, man. But yeah, so is there anything else you want to go over with your TikTok or any other movies you're checking out? I know Ozarks is coming out here. I don't know if you've seen Ozarks. Okay, never mind.
What's that?
It's just it's Jason Bateman, and it's just a crazy. Basically, this guy gets in the hole for like millions and millions of dollars with this cartel, and he has to make these millions, and so he decides to go to Missouri, where the Ozarks is just a lake, or it's like a giant connection of lakes, and he's trying to sell property there, and it's a good way to launder money through all of that real estate. But that's coming out in March, so I wasn't sure if you'd seen it, but it's dope.
No.
I recommend it. It's dope. If you like,
That's cool.
it's really dark though. I don't know if it's just a dark series, but it's cool.
I like everything. You know what I am really excited for right now? 2 things. One movie I did not know was coming out, A Quiet Place Part 2.
Yes, man.
I was walking out of the movie theater and I saw the poster and I was like, hold on, wait, what? Never seen a trailer for that ever. I still didn't watch it because I want to keep it a surprise. But I'm super excited for that because I loved A Quiet Place Part 1. The movie theater experience for A Quiet Place was so cool. Everyone was so uncomfortable.
Yeah, man.
It was great.
Yeah, I loved I loved Quiet Place. That was one of my favorite movies last year. Or was it? Yeah, last year, I think. And it was so legit. And there's the ending is crazy. It's been out 2 years, spoil it, I guess. But like when he like yells and he's in front of the truck, and it was just like one of the gut-wrenching moments of like that movie. And you're just like, oh, dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So cool. Just the idea of like introducing sound to contrast to the entire rest of the movie is what an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to see what they do with the second part.
Yeah, and it was so detail-oriented where they like display sand on all the paths where they were going, and it was just really smart and fun like that. It was just so all of the finite stuff that they thought about, or like using the game pieces that are just like pieces of cloth or whatever, like all of that small stuff was just really fascinating and really cool, and you could tell like the person put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah. Okay, second movie, Tenet.
Tenet.
Christopher Nolan.
That's Hans, I think. I think Hans is in that. Hans Zimmerman.
I think he is too. I think he might be like an assistant composer. I don't think he's composing the entire soundtrack, but I am excited because I don't really know anything about it.
Did you see the trailer?
I did, and it's still confusing.
Yes. So it looks like it seems like they have a time traveling thing that is a weapon. That's what it looked like to me.
Okay.
So like they can reverse time and it's a weapon and you gotta, I don't know. Robert Pattinson's in it.
Right. Yeah. That's super cool. I just like, can you like being Christopher Nolan? He has never made a movie that lost money ever, or that has made less than like 500 million, I think. So like the idea that he can just like go home and like, I think there should be a movie about backwards and forwards in the same one, and like whoever's funding the movie is just like $200 million. There you go.
Yeah, just do it, man.
Give it to him. Like it's an original script, and they just give him as much money as they want. It's unheard of.
Yep, he's legit.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yep.
I'll probably see it in IMAX.
Oh, you have to, especially when it's gonna be like, yeah. I saw Interstellar in IMAX and it was amazing.
Oh, you're so lucky.
Yeah.
I wish I could have seen it.
Dude, it was cool. I rarely go to
That's so
IMAX,
awesome.
but I did that one for Interstellar. I love space, and it was just like, dude, it was dope.
Yeah, no, me too. Interstellar was a 10 out of 10 in my book. I love it so much.
Yeah. Well, all right, Scotty. So what's your handle one more time on TikTok?
So on TikTok, I am Scotty Ryan. On Instagram, I am digital.scott. Two very different types of content.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
But
I never know if I should link my Instagram to my TikTok because people are like, oh, it's funny videos. And they're like, oh, that's different.
yeah.
But, I guess you liked it. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no. But thank you so much. Deeply appreciate it. You're always welcome back. When you see Tenet, let me know what you thought too, man. I deeply appreciate you coming on, sharing your time, and sharing your TikTok stories. I've had fun, man.
Absolutely, man. It was great talking to you.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.